Hello, Rob Sensei here. So, on October 6th, we will have the intermediate group workshop. And this month, I want to talk about misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. So, the topic we will discuss will relate to a recent article I found regarding the size of the world map that has been wrong for hundreds and hundreds of years, but we are still using this map. And it goes to a wider point that the information we receive and the education that we receive is sometimes wrong, but we continue the flow. We continue in this system of receiving misinformation, and we don't know any different. So, our education, our knowledge, our thinking, our perceptions, our opinions are all forged or made by this information that is sometimes wrong. Now, we are living in an age of social media and internet where misinformation, disinformation, and fake news is everywhere. So I want to focus on this topic in October because it's getting a bit too much, I think. I think we are now, especially young people, we are receiving an abundance, a lot of this type of information, and it's really creating some disparities, some differences between the people, the society, and especially we see it in politics. There are now several wars all over the world, which is nothing new. There are always wars, but it just feels like the number is growing, and it's just becoming a bit easier, I think, to start a war. So I want to understand how misinformation, disinformation, and fake news actually impacts that. So the reading is about Africa calls for map to show continent's true size. Now, if we go to that reading, here it is. The African Union, AU, has called for an end to a widely used map that shrinks the African continent. The map is called the Mercator projection. It was created by map maker Gerardus Mercator in 1569. In the 18th century, it became the international standard for sailors. It is now the world's most widely used map. However, it does not show the true size of different nations. Countries farther away from the equator look larger than they really are, whereas countries closer to the equator appear smaller. The AU is supporting a campaign called Correct the Map. It is also calling for a design that shows the correct size of Africa and of other continents and countries. The deputy chairperson of the AU spoke about the Mercator map. She told Reuters it might seem to be just a map, but in reality it is not. She said the Mercator gave the impression that Africa was less important. She said Africa is the world's second largest continent by area and has more than 1 billion people. The executive director of the non-profit organization Africa No Filter agreed. She said the Mercator map was the world's longest misinformation and disinformation campaign, and it just simply has to stop. The group Speak Up Africa wants people to use the 2018 Equal Earth map, on which Africa appears 14 times larger than Greenland, as it actually is. Now, this is a map of Africa, its true size, and you can see how many countries fit into Africa in real life. We've got the whole of America, China. We've got practically all of Europe in here, India as well, Japan. It's Africa's huge, but we don't think so because of the misinformation that we've received. Now, in this topic, we are going to do the vocabulary at home, so please study at home to understand before lesson. In lesson, we'll do true or false, and I want to focus on this question. We have been receiving misinformation for hundreds of years. Nowadays, these days, misinformation and fake news is everywhere. Is it time to change how we receive information and education? That's what I want you to think about and discuss in the lesson. Of course, there are lots of vocabulary, grammar, and listening exercises as usual. So please feel free to do all of these at home before or after the lesson. But I'd like you to think about this question and the topic of misinformation, disinformation, and fake news. What is the difference? Well, misinformation is misleading or accidental information that's wrong. We don't try to give out wrong information, but it just happens. Disinformation is deliberate. You are doing it knowing that you are giving out wrong information. So misinformation's like a mistake. Disinformation is deliberate. You know you are giving out wrong information. And of course, fake news is everywhere these days. It's all over social media. It's totally wrong news. It's designed to make you think differently and act differently for somebody's benefit, whoever is giving out that news. So please think about all of these points. It's quite a serious thing these days. And I will see you on October 6th for this lesson. Thank you. Bye-bye.